We're not trying to
Did
pretend.
you check Car Supply's warehouse? You're live on Car Supply's warehouse again. No. Nope.
You want to tell people?
It's live now?
Ah.
Should we wait for everybody? There we go.
Oh, we can see it coming in.
What's going on, everybody? Sorry, a little technical difficulties there. We got everything rolling. Thank you for everybody showing up. We're celebrating 100,000 subscribers.
Congratulations, man.
Cheers.
That's awesome.
Cheers. Thank you for everybody out there watching, subscribing. We really appreciate it. We're going to do a little question and answer, kind of just celebration of us reaching 100,000 subscribers. We got E-Man, Justin, Greg, myself. And I guess we'll let the questions start rolling in. Let us know if you guys can hear everybody. All right, this is we got new equipment. This is our second live event that we're doing. The last one we did with our phone didn't turn out very well, so we're trying this again. But we got some announcements. If anybody's in the Chicago area, we're actually doing an event in the end of August, right?
Yeah, August 30th at Autobahn Country Club. Gonna have a car meet, doing some giveaway stuff. They'll have the go-kart track open and available for everybody who wants to participate in it. Probably gonna start a cruise here with everybody's gonna be in the car show, cruise out together, and keep the group, but we'll also have some open spots available for everybody who shows up late.
Yeah, we'll definitely put it on Facebook, so like us on Facebook if you guys are interested in going to the event. We'll put more details up there.
Unfortunately, I will not be there. I have another event in Wisconsin. We're doing, Gloucester University is hosting a 2-day training class up there, so I'll be up there with a bunch of guys. We are going to be doing our 100K subscriber giveaway in a little bit here. We'll just answer some questions and go off the cuff for a little bit, and then we'll get into the giveaway. We have a $500 gift certificate we're giving away to Car Supply's warehouse, and then we have a wheel stand we're giving away, and then we have some other gift certificates too. So hopefully you guys entered into that. Announcements, we're going to be doing a training. I know a lot of people are asking when we're going to have another training event. We had one last year. We do have one scheduled in January. It's tentative right now with everything that's going on. It's going to be a 6-day class, actually split into 3 different classes. So we're going to have 3 2-day classes, and you can pick and choose if you want to go to one or all 3 of them. So there'll be more information coming out on that, especially if you are following us at Car Supply's warehouse. We'll have some information coming out on that email. So let's answer some questions, huh? Jason, we need to get you an iPhone and record some stuff on Instagram. I got an iPhone now. I got an iPhone a couple months ago.
Finally got away from the Google Pixel.
Yeah. Still learning that. His mic keeps cutting in and out. Who's that?
It's got to be you, the only one talking. Jake's in the house.
Shout out, Jake.
How long did it take you to knock off the way you did to be where you are now?
Knock off.
Kick off.
Oh.
How to kick off the way you did now. Mic check. Is it all right? Sound is coming and going, cutting in and out. Sounds clear.
Yours is the one that had the 1 bar.
The mics are going in and out for everyone but Jason.
Everybody but Jason.
Audio's good? You got it back?
Yeah.
Brian says we got it back. We're good. What are we drinking? I'm drinking Jack and Coke. We're all drinking Jack.
Jack and Coke. Craig's got
Chicago Brewery. Daisy Cutter, it's my favorite.
fancy beer.
What are you drinking? Rad Garage is here. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining. That's awesome. Carlos, Jason, what is the extension that you use for the LHR75 for the 1-inch pad? So that's an extension that we got off of buffdaddy.com. Awesome extension. It's great. We use that on a DA, which is kind of weird, but it works. Rad's in the house.
If you guys need any, if you're curious what you can ask us about, E-Man's done everything in the shop. He's been a detailer, he's been a window tinner, he's our current paint protection film installer. So if you got any technical questions, he's your guy for that. Justin does sales, front office.
Jason, you probably all know. He does marketing, he does detailing, he does everything around here. I'm Jason's business partner. I focus on business issues and sales.
All right, hey man, we got a question for you. What was your E-Man's
first
wrap job?
Ooh, my first wrap job? I think my first initial wrap job was I don't know if you guys seen that really cool NSX that comes around all the time. It's a fall. He's got like a built NSX, B-roll built, and then initially like 3 years ago when we first wrapped it, we wrapped it in a stealth film, and that thing turned out amazing. And throughout the years, we've been adding to that a little bit more here and there, but I'm pretty sure that was my very first full car wrap.
I remember when we first met Paul. He was just driving by the old shop in Glen Ellen and saw like the tint thing that was out there. And they just like stopped by and he was like, "Can you guys tint it?" And I was like, "We'll do it right now." Because it was the first NSX that I saw, and I was like, "I don't care, we'll get it in, let's do it."
Was it already like hooked up?
No, he didn't have. He had just bought it from the dealer like a couple weeks before that, and I started talking to him about paint protection film, and then he put it away for the winter, and then came back in the summer. He's like, "Yeah, let's go and do it."
E-Man, they want to know what happened to your leg.
Already, that was quick.
It was slightly pulled out a little bit. I think we're good though. We're good? Bring it up. Is that good? What happened to my leg? Oh.
Shark bite?
Saving children.
I was saving children from fire.
PPF gets intense sometimes.
Yeah.
For real, what happened to your
Oh, for
leg?
real? Oh,
We're waiting for the story.
Alright, so over the weekend I was, I have a small dog that I take out running a lot. And then this time I decided to go rollerblading. So, because he's really fast and I can't run as fast as he can. So he doesn't get tired and I'm tired. And I kind of feel like I'm taken away from him. So this time I hopped on rollerblades. And we did about 5 miles together. And then the last 2 miles he just would not get up anymore. He was stuck. He was like, "I don't want to run anymore. I'm tired." You know, it was a hot day. So I decided to put him on my shoulders and just carry him the rest of the way. And then we hit a small bump somewhere, and I wasn't used to the weight on my back, so I slipped. And when I slipped backwards, I turned, and then my whole leg just slid on concrete.
Dog okay?
Oh yeah, dog's perfect. It was weird. Like while I was in motion, I like set him down, and then I just slid.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was really.
So you were kind of saving children.
Yeah, I was saving children.
Saving your child.
Yeah, I was saving my child.
I just saw a question. We got a couple questions on the 911 that was in here.
Ooh, which one?
Well, the one that
The one?
The one. It
that was
is
here
gone.
for the 3 months.
Yeah.
Probably,
3
3
months,
months. So if you guys didn't watch that video, we actually gave in the last we did a weekend wash with Nick and kind of gave you what happened there. But if you didn't watch that video, so that car was here for 3 months. It originally came in with an owner from Canada who called and dropped the car off with us. Wasn't running, just he was going to sell it. Then later we found out the actual owner was here in Chicago, and kind of going back and forth with the actual owner, and the owner didn't really know what this guy was doing. It was kind of a whole weird situation, but we did end up getting paid on that job, and it left with the owner here in Chicago, and he was very happy with the work.
And a repeat customer.
And he came back too.
We're doing another car for him. We're going to be doing more.
That's how we do it.
If any of you guys out there own detail shops, you never let a car leave until it's been paid for. And you don't have to, it doesn't matter who pays for it, as long as somebody pays for it who's authorized to take the car.
My fingers were crossed that we're going to end up with a shop 911.
Yeah.
That's funny, you said they were trying to sell it, and I was like,
Well, you've always said how you wanted a 911. I just wanted to be able to give you the call one day and be like, "Greg, we got you the 911.
All right, it looked like it stopped for a minute though. There's some guys that are saying that the audio is a little weird. We'll get it working. This is kind of just a practice run for us with the new equipment and everything. His mic is not working. His mic not working. Who's his? Everybody check your mics.
Hello? Check. I'm good. Cool.
Greg, not good? Trevor's got a question. What's up, man? I miss you. He asked, with the Viper, I noticed you guys washed after polishing before you washed it after the polishing before the PPF. I've never noticed that you've done it before with any other cars. Yeah, we do that with every car, actually.
Yeah, you do it every time.
Yeah, is my mic good? I can answer that question if you need it.
I'll answer it for you.
Just, you know why we did it.
Yeah, so we pressure wash every car before it goes into the clean room, just to get any polishing or compound dust out of the cracks and crevices. You would be amazed on how much dirt and crap hides in all these nooks and crannies and cracks and crevices in the trim and everything too. Even when we wash a car, we pressure wash the crap out of it. You guys take some trim off, and it's still like it's
Yep.
you know, there's just a ton of dirt and sand, and that's probably one of the most challenging parts to installing PPF is just getting a clean install, because when you're obviously you have to have lubrication and water to install the film to position it to where you want to, and if there's a trim piece, you know, if you're working on a trim piece or a badge that's sitting there, and that water, you just imagine like with window tint, it's the same thing. That water flows down, and you spray that water on there, and it gets up to that trim. Well, whatever is in that trim piece is going to flow down and gets dirty. So definitely challenging. Clear here. How to finish with a rotary experience. You know, I when I first started, I used a rotary machine for a long time, and it's. I'm glad that there's new technology out, because it was tough. I mean, the rotary made me cry at a few jobs.
They're heavy.
They're heavy, yeah. You know, you run into, I've hit, you know, antennas and everything else, and it is tough. I mean, maybe we'll have that in the class, finishing with the rotary.
I don't think you can finish with a rotary. I think the only time I hear guys talking about using rotaries is when they've got a really bad car and they want to do something fast to it, like a quick, fast cut.
Yeah, you can still finish with the rotary, you know, mostly on hard paint. Soft paint's pretty hard. His mic's not working. Oh, wait. I think we're missing that questions.
That's a lot of questions.
Are you guys ever coming to Los Angeles, California?
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
Road
That does
trip?
sound fun.
Let's go.
Graphene,
Let's go.
we're still too new. Yes, I've heard of the graphene coatings. I actually have a couple different graphene coatings on the way. I don't know much about them, but I'm excited to test them out and see what they got.
Graphene's supposed to offer better water spot
Water
resistance.
spot resistance, you know, and that's huge. When are you guys going to have the new Rupes DA system compounds? They are coming out, and I can't remember exactly. I think we got like another 2 or 3 months before they come out. I know that they're out in UK already, but I still think there's another 3 or 4 months before we see those new products. Sorry, I'm trying. If I'm missing questions, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to read as much as I can. What's your recommendation on getting started from someone who's never detailed before?
That's a big question.
Yeah. Watch our videos.
Start on your own cars.
Start on your own car. Yeah, watch our videos. Yeah, I mean, everybody starts from the same spot, man. I mean, you start with your own car, washing, proper procedures. There's a lot of information on YouTube on how to wash. We got a whole series on actually how to prep a car, interior and then exterior paint correction and applying coatings. So, you know, definitely start there. And then ask a lot of questions. There's a lot of groups. We actually have a Facebook group on called Detail Wise. And that's what we kind of made that group for, to have people come in and get the right information. I think there's just a lot of misinformation out there with the internet and everything and all this everything. Go there, ask questions. We have a lot of good professionals there that can answer any questions for you as you get going.
If you're serious about getting into the industry, I think you can learn a lot by working at another shop. So if you can find a good shop in your area or a bad shop in your area, I think you can learn as much from a good shop as you can learn from a bad shop, which tells you what not to do. So if you want to try, see if you can get a job out there at a detail shop, you might learn something.
What about like knowing your peers and knowing the market in your area?
I can't say enough about how much we've learned from other guys that we know in the industry. Get to know guys. It's not hard to network in the detail industry. Like guys on Facebook, join some groups. There's a lot to be learned out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good people in the industry, and that's what I like. I mean, we know people from across the country, and we're best friends with some of these guys across the country. And another announcement, SEMA is canceled, so I'm kind of, you know, that sucks, but it is what it is. You know, usually we go out to SEMA every year, and we get to see all of our friends from across different parts of the country and the world, and to catch up and everything. But unfortunately, SEMA is canceled this year.
That's sad because I think it was like last week they made a big announcement on how they were going to be, taking care of everything with the COVID, and the following week they shut down again.
Yeah, baseball's taking care of the COVID.
Have you guys tested the Udos? And if so, what are your thoughts? No! I've been trying to get my hands on one from Lake Country, but I only have a couple of those machines floating around. And unfortunately, I haven't got to test it yet, but I know they're running behind on manufacturing, and they should be here, in the next few weeks. So.
What are the Udos?
The Udos is a Lake Country machine, and it's a 5-in-1 tool, so it has, you can actually switch from a D8 to a Rotary and different throws on it, so it's interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on one.
Wow.
So. Someone called us overpriced. Go somewhere else.
That's the goal.
Know your value.
Or maybe he was talking about something else. Are you a Festool fan now? Yeah, we just got a new Festool vacuum. It's awesome, actually. It's. I wish there was a bigger attachment to it. We're getting some different attachments to it. So we're just going through the testing process with that machine. But yeah, super impressed with that so far. Is the Porsche still in limbo? We already answered that one. I feel like we're missing questions here. Who's your favorite YouTube detailer? Who's your favorite?
I like Larry.
I only watch us. I only watch us, yeah. I'm serious. I only watch this. Everything else doesn't compare to like the video editing and
Actually, Topaz. Topaz is really cool.
If I had to pick a favorite, yeah, it'd probably be Ammo Larry. I mean, that guy is he's like the grandfather of
Yeah, he sort of
YouTube detailing,
paved the way, didn't he?
That's cool. Last year at SEMA when we were at the, Las Vegas Detail, Larry was just kind of floating around. I saw him and I was like, I gotta run up and just go talk to him.
I remember that.
He's cool. He's a down-to-earth guy.
Really chill.
We got a question in Japanese. It's at Chinese.
Yeah. We don't have a translator on here.
Andy.
Google Translate.
Collab with Ammo NYC. I'd love that. He's got a new studio that he's building. Yeah, I'd love to go out there and collab with him.
That'd be cool. We'll get him out here. Come to Chicago.
Where's he located?
Hmm?
Where's he
Hmm?
located?
New York.
New York?
New York.
New York?
Yeah.
You have to pick one compound, one polished, two pads from Car Supplies Warehouse. What do you pick for heavy cut and fine finish?
What are you working
we
on?
use the machines, right?
Yeah. Oberk, right now I really like the Oberk compounds, and I've always liked hyper polish, so I really haven't swayed from hyper polish for, whatever the past 10 years. Love that. And then microfiber pads, Lake Country microfiber pads we use, and then we use the black Lake Country finishing pad. That combo pretty much does 90% of the cars that we use here. So I want to actually kind of tell you guys it's a little bit of an announcement. We haven't got everything together yet, but we're actually going to be doing a Patreon account. We get a lot of questions, a lot of emails on training, and I love it. A lot of guys want to come out and visit the shop and everything. So I want to create something where we can give detailers value in starting or growing their business, and I think the Patreon platform is going to be a great platform for us to do that. So we're going to have exclusive business content. We're putting stuff together already for some videos and some podcasts just for, I want to build a little bit of a detailing business community type of thing where you're going to get some extra content, and we can really concentrate on teaching and growing business and go into that business content and really dive deep into some specific subjects.
So how does that work? Is it kind of just like online courses?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. So if you sign up with Patreon, we'll have monthly we'll have different tiers that you guys can sign up for depending on where you're at. You know, one of the top tiers that we're going to have is actually just one-on-one consultation with either me or Greg or us together on, and we come up with a plan. If you're starting a business or you're thinking about starting a detailing business, we can kind of help you and guide you with what you should know and how to go about it. Or if you already have a business and maybe you're struggling in certain areas, we want to be there for you and kind of help you and kind of give you, guide you through what we've been through, you know, our successes and failures. And so the program's not 100% together. We've just been formulating it the last couple weeks. But I think it's going to be a great opportunity for a lot of guys out there just to kind of get some more information.
Yeah. We're looking at a combination of one-on-one kind of personal interaction. We're looking at not so much online classes where you'd watch them for an hour, but sort of short snippets of information that you can digest. But we're also looking to our, to our followers. We're looking to see what they want to learn. A lot of guys want technical information about detailing. Other guys want information about sales tactics or how to run a business. So we'll be looking to see what people want to hear and trying to deliver that content.
Toss checked in. Toss. I love you, buddy. I miss you. Yeah, Todos will be. So I want to do more of these live events. Todos will be joining us eventually. With the new setup, hopefully the mics are all working now. We have four microphones. Last time we did it, nobody could hear us, so we can have four at a time. I think even when you get more than four people at a time, everyone's talking over each other. So we're just keep it to four people, and we'll have Todos here soon. You guys prefer a lot of cars with a basic to medium level wash or less cars with a full service?
Less cars, full service.
Yeah, you want to talk about what we just did? We made a big change in Chicago Auto Pros.
Get rid of washing?
We eliminated car washing.
You know, we've always maintained, you have to look at... When we first started out, the goal was to fill up the shop. And the funny thing was we had a shop that would fit 4 cars, and that seemed like a huge shop to us. And the goal was to fill it up. And once we filled it up, then you start raising your prices. As we've grown, the goal is to fill the shop up with more profitable work. And I've always kind of said tongue-in-cheek to the guys at the sales desk that, look, if somebody wants to do a ceramic coating, and that's where we make more of our money, cancel the details for that day and get that ceramic coating in. So now we're trying to increase the revenue per car. How much do we earn? Get the bigger jobs in. So all day long, you want the guys that pay the most money, do the most profitable services, and those are the kind of jobs that you want. And you focus on those and advertise, market the fact that you do those great jobs. That's kind of the secret to our success.
Brian, we got a lot of guys saying there's issues with the audio. Is it just an echo? Crazy echo?
Yeah, spread out more.
Can I grab your mic?
Yikes. Big yikes.
Audio's fine now.
Just cuts in and out.
I'll say the whole thing again. Fill up your shop, focus on the most profitable business. Don't worry about the low volume stuff. The point Jason was making about us making some changes around here, when the COVID stuff happened, we had to shut down. We realized that having a bunch of people bringing in car washes, which was always one of our lowest value services, having a lot of people bringing in car washes wasn't going to work. We didn't want a lot of strange people in the shop. We didn't want a lot of strange cars in the shop. So all we were doing was having people drop off their keys in the morning, doing all-day services, and then returning those cars touchlessly in the evening. By getting rid of car washing, we eliminated a ton of volume from the shop, but it was volume that wasn't really, it was just churn. It wasn't really generating a lot of money. We had guys chasing cars around the shop all day. You got to do a great job on every single car, and it was more distracting. We've cut that out, and frankly, the shop's running better. We're doing more profitable business, and we haven't looked back. I don't think we're going to reintroduce it.
Less is more.
Less is more. Some of the most successful individual detailers, guys just working one-man shops, they just cherry-pick the best jobs. They don't wash cars. They don't do interior details. They just focus on big-time paint correction and coating jobs.
here at all?
Mobile detailing? Somebody had a mobile detailing question. How do you do mobile detailing in Chicago? I don't know. I don't know how that works. We've been trying to rack our brains to figure that out, though.
It's hard. You only do it 9 months out of the year. You try not to travel during rush hour.
I think mobile detailing is a huge convenience for the customer. I did mobile detailing in Atlanta, Georgia. I like doing it because you can get into mobile detailing relatively cheap, and you have a van, you have a van spots. I mean, you're limited on what you can do in the day, so I think you're salary capped if you're a business, if you're running a mobile detail shop. But for the customer, it's an awesome convenience. And how do you get them to pay for that convenience? We've been thinking about that. You know, what do we charge them here? Obviously, we're set up here. We can do cars faster here. We got everything kind of in the spot. When you're mobile detailing, you go out to a place and, well, now you got to set up. You got to drive out there. You're hitting traffic and everything. And I feel like, you know, we should add a convenience fee for that.
Yeah, we're in control of everything here. Outside, you don't know what you're going to run into.
Yeah. If I did, I mean, so I thought about this a lot. If I did mobile detailing in Chicago, I'd love to have a trailer, and I've looked into these paint booths. So they have these portable paint booths that you can hook up a hand to, and it blows up. It's inflatable and everything, and then you can fit a car in there. And I would love to, you know, kind of eliminate the elements of the hot and the cold, where you could have a heater inside your trailer and kind of figure out a way to hook up that inflatable portable booth to that trailer, so where you can get heat in there and everything. It'd have to be heavy enough for the the wind. But then it's a pretty big booth. I mean, it's like 20 by 20.
I've seen some people do that with like window tint and we got the dealer, the guy who does like their touch-up paints and like just quick touch-ups in the back. You'll see like a little pop-up tent.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The key thing that we always talk to new detailers about are guys who ask us,
How much should I charge? There's two things. One, figuring out what you should get paid per hour, and a lot of that depends on how much you want to make or how much you think your services are worth. And two is making sure you're getting that. So if you're driving an hour to get to someone's house and it takes you a half an hour to set up and then an hour to do the job, whether you're working hard or not, you should be getting paid for 2.5 hours of work.
Yeah. Oh, I'm lacking on reading the questions. I'm sorry. For you guys, my GTI is not working. It's broken.
That was sad news. I thought you got it back. I called and talked to you this morning.
I know,
and
he's like, how's the car? And I'm driving a loaner right now.
what's that?
a charger, and he asked me how's the car. I'm like, I don't know, it's all right. Talking about my car, but my car is currently broken. It was a low pressure light that came on, and then they did a oil pressure test, and it was at 60 psi when they start the car, which is normal. And then once the car gets warm, it goes down to 5 psi, which is not normal. So it's losing oil pressure once it gets warm. And so I brought it over to another shop that's going to kind of diagnose it even further. So I don't know exactly what's wrong with it yet, but they did find metal shavings in the oil, so it's not good.
Did it have anything to do with the tunes that you did, or aftermarket
No, it
stuff?
has everything to do with me driving like an asshole.
We got a question from Australia. Hey, Peter in Australia, how are you?
What's the best way to care for a ceramic coating? The great thing about ceramic coatings is you just need to wash them. Wash them very gently.
Proper maintenance.
What's the proper maintenance?
2-bucket hand wash every other week. Decontamination, every couple months or so, depending on how much you use the car. And
Yeah, I drive my car I go 70 miles to and from work, and I noticed that it does pick up a lot of brake dust particles and everything. It's a white car, so you can see that all the time. So every 6 months, I'm doing a W6 iron decontaminate, and then I use a tar remover every once in a while too, and then I just use C2V3, and it holds it pretty well.
Is your car coated?
It is
Yeah.
coated.
Oh, it is?
yeah, mine's been coated for like 2 years now with Modesta,
Wow.
and we're so busy I barely even get time to wash my own car, and it still looks awesome every time I do it.
You have Modesta on your car as well?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has Modesta on their cars.
It's the way to go. It's the way to go.
Right? Modesta?
Jason, you got G-Technic, right?
Yeah.
G-Technic's still awesome. I mean, G-Technic and or like Ultra and EXO. Like EXO is probably like the most hydrophobic coating. Like it just dries itself. It's
Mr. Sean has a
crazy.
question. I watch you guys spoke rims, but why not use acid cleaner? We actually do have when you're a business and you have employees, it's one of those things where, like, I know how to use it and I'm all right with me using it, but I just don't want anybody using it the wrong way and hurting themselves because acid, it's if you inhale it, it's not a good thing for you to be inhaling. And if you use it on the wrong type of wheel, you can damage the wheel. So it's one of those things that we just kind of, we have it for certain situations, but we don't use it a lot. We don't use it.
Carbon ceramic rotors, you gotta watch out for stuff like that too.
Who has wire wheels and carbon ceramic rotors? All right, so wire wheels are pretty old, and yes, acid is the best.
Old school
way to clean
Dayton's.
them. It's the bomb. Works great. It makes you cough, so make sure. If anything makes you cough, you probably don't want to be using it a whole lot. But it's the best way to clean wire wheels if you want to do it fast. Just be careful with it, and don't use it on carbon ceramic rotors. So if you have a 911 with wire wheels,
Stay away.
Gerald has a question. Gerald has a
What?
We're working on proper.
I need another drink. What are your recommendations on good marketing tactics for starting a business? Okay, if you're just starting out, what are some good marketing tactics?
I think the key, there's no secret to marketing. You just have to do it and do it consistently. Our friend George, he's done a great job in Florida.
Oh yeah, he's been awesome.
Georgie.
Georgie.
Lost Raj.
A friend of ours who just started a business, he started just, he would just post every day. And I think frequency and trying to just do high quality content is the number one thing, because that's what people want to see. And then you'll go up in the rankings as far as how this, how they promote your stuff on all the social media websites, and people start to follow you, and you'll gain a following there. There's no secret sauce that you're going to do one thing and it's going to work great. You just have to keep doing it consistently.
Getting your name out there. Car community, go to car meets.
Some of the biggest, I'm sorry, Justin.
No, you're good.
Some of the biggest jumps that we've seen in our subscribers has been when we've done collaborations. So find someone else who's doing good social media in your area, do a collaboration with them, and that'll help as well.
I think out of all the people who went to the detail class, I followed them on Facebook, and you can tell just like after that detail class, like they're posting so much more since then. And I think that is a big thing, is just being consistent, regular with the posts, like what you put out a video every week, every 2 weeks. Consistency with it.
Yeah, the little things matter. Getting your website up, getting business cards. I always like guerrilla marketing where you're going to business. That's what I did when I mobile detailed. I literally, like if I didn't have any jobs, I'd just drive around to these business complexes and I'd walk in with my flyer and my business card and I'd talk to whoever just, would listen. And I'd hand them, this is what I do. My name is Jason. I wash cars and other stuff. Here's my flyer. I can do it right here, in your parking lot. Little stuff like that. Don't be afraid to get out there and just start talking to people. Obviously, your website, getting that up and running is huge. A lot of people will find you on Google. Work on keywords. There's a lot of information out there on the internet on how to get found.
Managing expectations too. That's a big one.
Will clean a ceramic coated car harm the coating?
Yes.
Most likely.
People love clay, and clay is amazing when you have a neglected car.
But I think they want to use it too much. They think they need to strip something off. If you have a car it's always has a protectant on it or a ceramic coating, you shouldn't have a whole lot of stuff that sticks to it. So you really don't need to use clay that often. Use it once. Frankly, we try never to use clay in the shop unless the car is going to be polished. So if we're going to get out a buffer and polish the car, we always clay it. But if we're not doing that, you really don't want to be using clay too much.
Especially on black.
It'll mar the paint.
Tips on finding a good shop if you don't live near Chicago. And if none of our local shops have an amazing YouTube channel.
Google. Google reviews, vet the shop, go check them out. They don't have like an open door policy, show you some of their previous work or...
Yeah. We're actually trying to add some shops that we know of and we talk to on Detail Wise, or on, Car Supplies Warehouse. So if you go on Car Supplies Warehouse And if you go to, I think it's information or it's the Detail Wise community, we actually have a map of other shops around the country that we would recommend. It's a lot of people that we know of, and we know their reputation. So we're starting to add more shops on there. I think we have like 15 to 20 shops on there around the country.
You know, here's a silly thing, but I've noticed that all the best detail shops
that I've been to are clean. You go into a shop and it's dirty, it just doesn't make sense. How do you have a dirty shop and clean cars in it?
It's all about that first reaction too. When they walk in, they see a dirty detail shop. It's like, how are you going to expect to get your car back clean?
Yeah, you're clean.
Yep.
When it comes to mobile detailing, do you see an issue if you're using their water in a single outlet? You should bring your own water.
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Especially if you got an
Just
area
well
that
water,
uses
you
well.
can't do good work if you don't have good water.
Yeah. I started to detail when I did mobile detail in Atlanta. I had an Astro. Love Astro vans. I had two of them. Love those things. But I had two 55-gallon drums in there, and I actually had it's almost like a sump pump, and I didn't even have a pressure washer. I just used a sump pump and a garden hose, and I would just rinse off like that. And in Atlanta, I needed to extract my water that I was using, so I had a water containment mat, and I had another 55-gallon drum that I'd suck up in all the dirty water in, and then I'd bring it to my house and I'd just push it over in the grass.
Maybe that's what we should do
that's what I
for
wasn't supposed to do, but
for a project car. Just get like an old Astro van and just make it like the ultimate mobile detail
that'd be
vehicle.
fun.
That's actually a good project.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'd rather have a Miata.
I don't think back with Miata. Where's Tom?
Naiz. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. Is it right? Naz from St. Louis. He says we're awesome. What is the most challenging detail that you've completed to date? The last one that we did that.
The Bel Air.
The 59 Bel Air. That was a challenge. That was really, really, really hard paint. That was tough. I remember there was a Ferrari. You know, I'd rather have that hard paint. Actually, Chris worked on it. Chris is in the back.
Chris is shaking his head.
That one was difficult, but I'd much rather have a hard paint like that. I did a Ferrari Enzo that had really, really soft paint, and I remember I coated it probably 3 times because every time I went to coat it, it would scratch. I'd look at it, and I had to repolish it and everything. I remember being up to 2 o'clock in the morning polishing a Ferrari Enzo and crying because it didn't look right. It was just absolutely.
Wasn't that an issue too with like the black Mustangs? Is that when you coat it with like Modestas, you kind of see like marring in the paint from it?
There was a Mustang. I remember that. Yeah, it was anything black soft when you go to coat it, it can be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That red Mercedes GT.
Which one was that? Was that Jose's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was window tinting that one. That was a tough one to window tint. Because I was doing that with 3M crystalline.
Oh, God.
In the side windows, there's a lot of curve on those side windows.
What kind of curve?
Do you do undercoat or rust proofing?
No.
No, we don't. Sorry. Good night. Thank you for coming.
I saw a 40-year-old Toyota Celica on the
And I
road
asked
the
the
other day.
woman
Asked the
who was driving it, like, where did you get a 40-year-old Toyota Celica? She's had it since new, and it looked pretty good.
Was it the Celica Supra?
No, it was before that.
Really?
Like it was a 1971 Toyota Celica. But she said it had been rusty jonesed. Rust proof. She thought that was the secret to the longevity of the car. You don't need that anymore. Most cars are zinc dipped from the factory. The frames are zinc dipped. The panels are zinc dipped. They have plenty of rust proofing. If
Hey,
you just keep
guys.
the car clean, you'll be all right.
We have to pick a winner for this 100K giveaway.
Right now?
We do.
Right.
I forgot about it. So, in the beginning, we told you guys we did a 100K giveaway for the past 4 or 5 months. You could sign up, and we had almost 7,000 people enter into our 100K giveaway, and we're giving away a $500 gift certificate for the winner there.
Nice.
For the grand prize, we're also going to be giving away I can never say this. Cyclo-Shine wheel stand. That's second place, and then 3rd to 5 they're all going to get $50 gift certificates. So we're going to do that giveaway right now. The winners. Brian, you got that You throw that up on the...
What are you using? Random number generator?
So there it is. 5 winners. We're going to pick 5 winners here, and it's automatically going to draw the winners. 6,619 entries. And then we're going to reach out to everybody, via email. So are we ready? Here we go. We're going to take that one off so you don't see their information. Okay, drawing winners. Oh, draw. Drawing. All right. Number 5, Michael Filler from Fort Walton Beach. You just won a $50 gift certificate to Car Supplies Warehouse. Jasmine Alaya from Providence, Rhode Island. You have just won a $50 gift certificate to Car Supplies Warehouse. Help me with that one.
Renault
Bizet.
Renault Business, California. $50 gift certificate to Car Supplies Warehouse. All right, number 2, you're gonna win a Cyclo Shine wheel stand. Brett Norton
I hope you own a shop.
from Graham, North Carolina. We'll contact. Everybody's from the U.S. We had a lot of people from other countries actually enter into this, and none of them won. And the number 1 $500 gift certificate goes to, out of, where is this, Florida? Acala, Florida. Everett Claude. Claude. Terrible names.
Thank you, everyone. For
Florida's got weird names.
Yeah.
Florida's just a weird state.
All right. I lost all my questions.
Sorry, I got so many open tabs.
Oh, hey, Eddie's out there.
What's up, Eddie? Cheers, man. You are all the Michael Jordans of detailing.
I can't play basketball.
Hey, just for the record, there's no secret sauce to detailing. If you are passionate about what you do and you try hard at it every day,
You'll get where you're going.
This is one of the good things about like the detailing industry is like there's no secrets. Like nobody tries to hide anything, or
Hard work.
everybody, any of the other detailers that we've talked to, like other business owners and stuff, it's a good community. You should get like peers and people that actually want to communicate.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Chris, will you read some of the questions for us? I'm sick of reading them. Will you just pick out some good questions and let us know when you got one?
Do you need a refill?
I do. You gonna make another one?
I'll make another one. You?
I'm Gucci.
Gucci?
Yeah.
Greg needs another one.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Tired of reading questions.
It's hard to read questions and then try to answer them. I don't know.
It's tiny on the screen too. It's hard to see.
It is.
Nice
That's a
comment,
really
though.
nice
Thank you
comment.
very much.
Thank you very much.
We, anyone who's known me since I was young knows that I was always passionate about detailing. I always wanted to own a detail shop, and it took me a long time to figure out what it was that I really wanted to do. Having met Jason, I think he enabled me to run a detail shop, because I don't think I would have jumped in and done it by myself. And I think on the flip side, him having me to help cover his back made a huge difference. So, like, to do it by yourself, there's so much to do. If you're doing the work every day and trying to do the social media and trying to do the customer service, that's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with some talented people who are going in the same direction, positive people, and you can do anything.
Yeah, I came to you knowing that I wanted a business partner, because there's a lot of things that I just didn't like doing that you really like doing. I like the vision side of it. I like moving things. I like moving forward. I'm kind of the hurricane, and you're kind of just cleaning up my mess. But Greg does a lot of the finances and the little stuff and the particular stuff that it's hard to do, but it's important for your business. I mean, knowing your numbers is super important, and entering your expenses into software and knowing where your money's going and knowing what, we get this question all the time. This is the number one question that I always see. What should I charge? Well, it's hard to know what you should charge if you don't know your expenses and if you don't know your end goals and what you're trying to make. And, you've helped out me a lot with that, just figuring that out.
Well, it does take a lot of people.
All right, we've got a question.
Any plans?
We got lots of plans for lots of things.
Yeah, third shop's not one of them right now. We would love so. I mean, I got a couple calls today from some guys in Atlanta that want to do a location, a Chicago Auto Pros location. We're trying to figure that out. I don't know how that works. Franchise system, that's tough. We don't want to tarnish the name. You know, we want to represent good quality work. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, if we did a third shop, it'd probably be E-Man. E-Man.
Yeah, probably.
E-Man has some plans to move down to.
Tennessee, Nashville.
That's where we're going. That's where we're going.
Apparently Justin's moving too.
So yeah, if we do a third shop, it might be down there. We're in the works. We're in the works right now. Yeah, but that's definitely in the future.
One of the things that we work really hard on every day is to have processes, standards, procedures, processes. So for everything that we do in the shop, we want to make sure that there's a process and a checklist and that people know what they're doing. And if they're not sure what they're doing, they can refer back to that. And those are all the ingredients that you need to open up another shop. So if we can make Chicago Auto Pros into a formula that then we could hand to someone else, that would be a huge goal. That's also a very big ask. There's a lot of work that goes into running a shop every day and just a lot of passion and keeping your eye on the ball. But we're on our way to doing that. So we're looking for passionate individuals. The passionate individuals that we find in our shop every day. Those are the people that we'll be looking to open up another shop. But there's a lot of work. There's a lot of people to hire. There's a lot to keep an eye on. But it's definitely something that we would like to do in the future.
Yeah, I guess that's my fear of doing a third shop is you lose control of that, you know, what you stand for, you know, and right now I feel like we have a good control of what we stand for, and I think that a lot of the guys that work with us understand our goals and our DOS, our definition of success, and what we're going for here, and I feel like if you get too big, and you kind of lose that, and I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Especially when you branch out somewhere so far away, it's hard for you to be there at that location.
Yeah.
Do we have any fans in Kosovo? Oh.
Wait, check your mic. My mic.
Check. Am I good?
Any other questions, Chris?
Good water spot removal product?
Water spot? Water spots are tough.
Don't get them.
Don't let it sit on there forever.
Yeah, get it off quickly. All right, so someone's probably bringing this person a car that sat under a sprinkler, and then they waited a month, and then they brought it in. Water spots are usually the minerals that are in the water or whatever it is in the water. It can be calcium, it can be acid. I've heard people say you use like any kind of calcium remover like CLR, but there are some dedicated water spot removers on the market. A lot of times the easiest way to get them off is to manually abrade them off with a buffer or polisher. What are you guys seeing?
Technique has a pretty good one we use sometimes too at the shop.
Yeah, W9 water spot remover. That'll remove it if it's just the minerals on top. But if the minerals have etched into the paint, I mean, you're gonna have the compound and polish. You know, for the windows and everything, we use the Surrey glass with the rayon pads. They work really, really well. If you're gonna try to get scratches out with those, you're probably not gonna have a whole lot of luck. It's a lot of work to get scratches out of glass. We have a question that came up a few times. Can you recommend a good mill gauge meter? Sorry, Greg, I've seen the question a few times. We use a good one. I just can't remember the name of it offhand, so that's why I've ignored your question. I'm sorry. If somebody knows a good recommendation for Greg, please. And if you ask me that later, email me. I'll figure out which one we use.
I can go grab the one we use.
Well, I like the orange one we have at the other shop,
Oh,
but I can't remember the name of it.
I really want to get one of those like glossometers. Those things are cool.
That would be cool.
They're sweet. They're expensive. They're really expensive.
Oh.
paint gauge.
There you go.
CFM? CEM? Yeah, we
CEM.
use that one here. That one is a cheap one, and it works well. We've had that one for a long time. Yeah, if you're looking for, a budget one, that works great. And that's going to tell you if a panel's been repainted or not. It's hard to tell, really how much clear you're working with. You can kind of gauge it by putting, measuring the door jamb and then measuring the panel and kind of you can figure out how much clear that is kind of there. But
Is there any way to gauge composite or like plastic bumpers though? Or is there nothing?
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
For plastic and carbon, I don't know. There may be. Somebody's got a question for Craig. Where's Craig? Is Craig here? I'm just messing with you. Hey, Jason and Craig, can both your shops run themselves without you being there in for a long time?
That's actually kind of a cool story. How did the first time go that you guys left the shop?
Well, the first time we wanted to leave the shop to see if it would work.
When we were thinking about opening a second shop, we thought both of us need to be gone for a day, and let's see what happens. And if we're going to be gone for a day, we probably should go to a Cubs game. So we went to a day game, sat in the bleachers at Wrigley Field. We got 1 or 2 phone calls, I think.
Yeah.
We also had a great time, drank a lot of beer. Remember the people we met at Murphy's afterward?
No.
Oh, you like them a lot. So yeah, that was the first time we left the shop. Right now, though, the trick to being an entrepreneur, if you want to have the shop running without you, is to hire people and empower them to do everything that it is that you need to do. You know, I'm always trying to get rid of tasks that I do every day or routinely. I try to get rid of those. And I try to find someone who can understand it and do it. And I think the hardest part about doing that is you can't tell them exactly how to do it. You can give them the idea, you can tell them what the goal is, but you have to let them figure out how to get certain tasks done. Because people will do it great if they're doing it their way. They won't always do it the best if they're doing it your way. So empowering people, trusting them, giving them a lot of encouragement and giving them some guardrails so they know kind of where they need to work, and then setting them free within that and encouraging them. A lot of positive feedback is important. You'll get to where you can run it yourself. When we shut down with the COVID stuff, I was gone. I was working from home. It wasn't like I wasn't doing anything, but I was not in the shop. And I felt really happy that worked. But I also realized it worked because I had a tight relationship with everyone. I talk to Justin every day, and I know he knows how to run the shop. The managers over at the other location, same thing. So it can work for a while. It can't work forever. But you can get to a point where you cannot work every day as long as you have the right people in place, you've given them the right training and the right guidance and some sort of rules framework to work within.
Yeah, it's funny. I think right now they actually do better. Without us. I feel like I get in the way if I'm in the detail shop.
I get kicked off the front desk all the time.
All the
Get out
time,
of here.
Greg.
I just mess stuff up. Eddie asked, "How's the GTI doing, man?" It's not doing good. It's in the shop right now. I don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but it was at another shop and they found some metal flakes in the oil, and so it's at a different shop to kind of diagnose it, a VW specialist, and we'll do whatever it takes to get it back up and running.
Looks sick.
Yeah, so I got a
Oh, I just Alex answered him.
I got a good question right here.
Yes.
It was I lost it. No. What was the greatest investment added? That was it? All right. Okay. What was your greatest investment that added value to your business?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Jason?
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 All right, let's talk about equipment and let's talk about personnel.
Clean room.
The clean room added a ton of value to our business. I tell you what, even going back farther, the detailing equipment.
Yeah.
They're just
Everybody's gonna have a different answer here.
Yeah.
I'm just making shit up. The reason I like those two, the clean room and the detailing equipment, is because they separate us from other guys. If every guy in the business has a bucket and a buffer and a vacuum, then if you have something that adds more value and makes your shop more appealing, that adds a lot of value. Having a clean room is something other shops don't have. Having dispensing equipment that adds efficiency, that's something other shops don't have that adds value. What else would you think added value? Let's talk about equipment, and then maybe we can talk about personnel.
Yeah, equipment. Well, we spent about $10 grand getting video equipment, the cameras and everything. That was, I feel like you were over my shoulder when I bought all that stuff, and you're like, what are you buying all this stuff for?
Yeah, every camera, I remember.
Trust me, it's going to be great. Yeah, no, I think you're right. A lot of the equipment that we have, you see the drop downs behind us. You see the lighting that we have here. It really helps when we bring a lot of our customers in here to show them the work that we have going on, give them examples of what the guys are doing. And when they can walk in here and see that we have everything set up professionally, everything's clean, it really helps legitimize us, and they trust dropping their car off here. I mean, a lot of business owners out there, you've ran into customers who are just kind of crazy about their cars. They love their cars. They're into them. They're enthusiasts. It's their babies. And they feel like they can trust us when they come into a place like this, and we just have everything set up, and it's different from, like you said, you just got a bucket and a hose, and you got crap all over the place. So yeah, it's setting yourself apart from the competition a little bit.
What about you, Ian, in your area? What's made the biggest difference?
Definitely the plotter.
Yeah.
So yeah, for PPF, adding a plotter to your
What about window tint?
for window tint too, yeah, adding a plotter and just allowing you to speed up the process of installing window tint or installing PPF. A plotter is like, it takes you to another level, honestly, if you have the volume to do the cars. Definitely, yeah.
What do you guys drive personally?
What do we drive personally? I'll start. I drive a 2018 Jeep Rubicon. That's my baby as of right now. Next year I'll get something else. I don't know. but for now, it's really cool.
I got a 2013 Nissan 370Z. Z.
I currently drive a rental, a Dodge Charger.
Rough subject.
My baby is a 2008 Porsche Cayman S.
Conveniently parked right there.
Yeah,
Completes me.
there it is.
You may have seen me speeding past you on the highway.
The other day when I was heading up to Glenview, I was really excited. I saw you and I was like, I'm a racer. Like, I'm a racer.
Yeah?
Did you?
No, he kept pulling away. Kept pulling away. I think he's trying to play.
Somebody asked if we have a glass polishing video. Yes, we have a glass polishing video on our other channel, which is Car Supplies Warehouse. Check that out. Go over there right now, subscribe. I think we're 4 hours away from being able to monetize that channel. And then you can see all the ads. Everybody's happy about that. How do you keep personnel, staff motivated and continue to grow the business? We actually have
That's a good
something new that we started. We have a new incentive program. And it's just kind of, one of the things that we've noticed in the business is when stuff gets slow in the winter, and that happens with every business, it kind of has your hills and valleys. In the winter, guys can kind of extend jobs a little more. They know that there's only one job in the shop, so they kind of take their time doing it. So we actually put an incentive program together that just measures the labor and then the revenue coming in, and we are just giving them the guys bonuses if everything aligns right. So we're trying to keep their incentives the same as ours.
I think a big thing of it too is kind of equality. Like, talking to you and Greg is like talking to my best friend. When I go back and talk to E, it's like talking to my friend. It seriously is like a big family, and it's never been like kind of like that. I'm your boss. You got to do this. It's working together to complete a common goal and treating everybody the same.
Yeah, I think treating guys with
Letting them know
respect,
what the
letting them know what the
expectations are.
expectations-
I think the biggest mistake people make, and I've noticed this with other bosses that I've had, is they don't give enough praise. Like I had a boss once that if you didn't hear from him, you had to recognize that, okay, if he's not talking to me, it means that I'm doing everything fine. If he is talking to me, it means he's upset about something. But that's the opposite way of what you want to do it. You want to have a lot of praise, a lot of feedback, and when guys get feedback and they know they're doing the job right, they want to keep doing it right.
I think one things that you always told me was like, for every negative, give 2 positives.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
They call that the sandwich.
The love sandwich? The praise
That's what you call it, the praise sandwich, yeah.
Anyone wants to know when the new warehouse is coming?
New warehouse? I mean, can
Not
you guys
fun.
see back there?
It keeps growing.
It keeps on growing. It probably in the spring. We'll probably have a dedicated location for Car Supplies Warehouse. And then I'm super excited about that because we want to build out like a little studio where we can test all the products and stuff. I want to have like a whole wall of like products that we test. You know, you just come over to the wall.
And actually, like,
look up at it and be like, I want that one.
like a storefront too.
Yeah, we'll have a storefront that we can walk in. It's hard here at Chicago Auto Pros to have all the products out and browse through. But yeah, we'll have one coming soon. Location.
It's impressive how much Car Supplies Warehouse has grown. I remember when it first started, it was literally just like the media room that you have now, and then it took the back corner, and I went over into the 5th detail bay, and now it's expanding out from the garage door.
Well,
So
big thanks to a lot of people who are watching. We appreciate everyone who's buying products from us.
Go ahead.
No, there's other places.
Go for your products.
Yeah.
We try to have the best stuff and the stuff that we know is good. You know, there's no garbage at Car Supplies Warehouse. It's all stuff that we've used. It's all stuff that we think is the best. And we're going to continue to evolve. We're going to continue to add products as we find other stuff that works great.
Yeah, we had a kind of a big change on the site recently. We now offer free shipping over $50. So anything over $50 will ship for free. There is some weight restrictions on that. If it's over 40 pounds, there will be some shipping cost to that. But anything else below $50 is a $5 flat rate. You know, we did a couple polls in the detail-wise Facebook group that we had, and we want to give you guys what you wanted, and it was just a huge. People want cheap shipping. They want to know what they're paying for shipping, so that's what we wanted to do with there. So you can go in there and order right now. It's free shipping over $50.
that's actually really awesome. I think that's one of the first things that people look at is shipping cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll stray me away from buying something.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like one thing and
I buy one thing,
shipping's $15,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had another. Program that was a credit back program where you'd earn credit on depending on how much you spent, and I think it was just a little complicated. And in order to give this awesome shipping deal, we kind of had it. We took that away, so that's no longer available. But you know, rest assured that you can get the best prices and hopefully the best shipping.
What about people who do like pick up in store for local people?
Yeah, we charge them. Shipping. Well, pick it up and charge it. No, that's of course you can pick it up here for free.
Alright. What do you think was the biggest decision you made for your business? I lost it. What do you think was the biggest decision you made for your business to surpass from being normal, from being like the same as other businesses?
Oh, being different. So, what is the biggest decision that we've made in our business to be like?
To surpass everybody else.
For us to stand out.
I'm not saying no.
Standard.
You know, even from the beginning, we talked about
Seeing other detail shops. I think having enough capital at the beginning to start a big shop. You know, remember we were so proud of our shop in Glen Ellen. We had all the right equipment. It was a big shiny shop. It had nice lighting. It had equipment in it. And it was hard. It was a big gulp to spend all the money on that shop, but you filled it up. And as he filled it up, we continued to raise our prices and raise our game and try to add more services. But I felt like we took a big jump over everyone else because most guys get started either they're mobile detailers or they're working in a tiny little shop. And by starting with a big shop, or at least relatively speaking, starting with a big shop, I think we took a big jump over other guys. I think since then, we've just always tried to stay on that leading edge, and by networking and by trying to always be upping your game and do things a little bit better, we've always stayed ahead of other shops.
Question, what are your goals moving forward?
Well, you'll get 4 different answers there.
Moving forward, I'd really like to move into. I got my GTI. I've been doing some performance mods to it. I'd like to start doing more performance mods here. One of our goals for Car Supplies Warehouse, the reason we call it the Car Supplies Warehouse is because I wanted it not to just be detailing products. I want to test different accessories and mods and performance parts, maybe wheels, tires, all that stuff. I'd really like to grow into doing all that, you know. I think selfishly, just because I want to do my stuff, you know. It'd be awesome to have a shop where I can just be like, I can do pretty much anything I wanted to my car.
Yeah.
So it'd be awesome. And I like doing it and I enjoy doing it. So I think I think that's my goals anyway.
I love that idea. Custom stuff's always cool.
Throws beer in the brewery.
That's awesome.
Line of clothes.
I want to do rallies.
Rallies.
You and I were talking about this earlier, going from car meets to doing an event at a track. We just did our first car cruise, and that turned out awesomely.
Yeah.
And eventually get to a point where we can organize a rally, be gone for a week, and
Yeah.
Yeah, in all seriously, car culture.
Harbored a fantasy of having a detail shop where people can subscribe to it. You know, you have these shared garages where people can, you basically buy a share in a garage, and if you ever need it, you can go in there and work on your car. I'd love to have this shop open on Sundays, or have a different shop open where people could be members in it and get to come in and use it, and use the wash bay and use the detail bays, and work on their own cars.
Individual time and everything.
Absolutely, because most of the guys who come here are true enthusiasts who love doing it themselves. They either just don't have the wherewithal to do high-end stuff like paint protection film and coatings, or they don't have the space to do it.
Car storage would be cool. Like,
That's not fun.
no, I'm not saying like that. Like you look at like Iron Gate with car condos, garage mahals at Autobahn. It's like it's just a big like town of just car guys that.
Yeah.
Culture's fun.
It's fun stuff.
I want to do more teaching and training. I enjoy doing that, I think.
Well,
That was
I know
fun.
you like
already-
doing that
Yeah, I
too.
love teaching and training.
That was a lot of fun. That whole week that we had those classes was awesome. I mean, it was a great group of guys that came out to do it, and like just like seeing like the knowledge that they took away with them too is impressive.
You know, well, we did have a PPF class scheduled, and we kind of took it off, and everything went to crap. But you know, I'd love to do a PPF class, and PPF class is a little weird because that gets expensive
Yeah,
with the
really
film.
expensive.
So I really didn't see how we're going to do that unless we get a sponsor from somebody and they can give us the film and do that. But yeah, I'd love to have a PPF class. You know, we talked about this earlier. We are going to do a class in January, hopefully, if everything is safe to open up and bring people in. We're going to do it's going to be a 6-day class, not necessarily 6 days in a row, but we're going to have 3 separate classes. We're going to do 2 days each. So I'll have an intro to detailing, which will be 2 days, and then we'll do a paint correction ceramic coating class, and then we'll have a 2-day class, which is like a business mastermind class where we talk about you know, starting your business, running, hiring employees, and kind of the logistics of actually running the business behind the scenes. So hopefully that'll go out.
Are we gonna do another window tint clinic?
Yeah, I mean, I had fun doing all that. It's just, it's tough shutting down the shop. I mean, we don't have a dedicated area just for training right now. So like literally we do have to shut down the area or we're making money. So it's tough to do, but
I mean, that could be a part of the car supplies warehouse thing too.
yeah.
Training area.
Training area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider still having a mobile service along with the shop?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier a little bit. I'd love to have a mobile, you know, I love the convenience of it, but it's tough. You're in Chicago, it's winter 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
But there's always someone who doesn't want to drive their car, or can't drive their car, wants that mobile service and isn't afraid to pay for it.
Plus, I mean, you have to have someone that you trust to hold quality and everything like that while you're not there to personally inspect it.
We're looking for the right person.
Yeah.
Danny wants to know how to deal with Karen customers.
Do we get a lot of Karen
I don't think we
customers?
do.
No.
Karen customers?
Let's get out the Hellcat.
Can I speak to the manager, please?
Don't
Is your
even
manager
get me
here?
started, Greg.
Well, let's try to answer that seriously.
Someone who's a little bit unreasonable. The basic formula we have for taking care of customers, and usually when a Karen is upset, it's because nobody's listening to them or they don't feel like someone's listening to their concerns. So step one is to just tell me about the problem and listen, and don't say anything, because most people, what they hear, they say, hey, I've got a problem, my car's not clean enough, and you interrupt them and say, oh, well, then we'll clean it some more. Don't interrupt. listen to them until they're done listening, or until they're done talking. Literally, wait till they stop.
Which is a long time sometimes.
Listen.
And then ask them.
Ask them one more thing. Yeah. Is that everything? Yes. And then ask them how they would like to resolve it. Or at that point, you can suggest some ways to resolve it. Usually the best ways to resolve it are if you can resolve it yourself. If they have a problem and they think that something on their car is damaged, and maybe whether you damaged it or not, if they believe that you damaged it, it doesn't matter. You've damaged it in their mind. The best way to fix it, though, is to fix it yourself. If you can get the part and fix something, that's way cheaper than having them go to the dealership. The last thing you want to do is give their money back. If you can bring the car in and do another hour or two of labor, that costs you whatever an hour or two of labor costs. If you give them their money back for the job, which is sometimes tempting, here, take your money and go away, you've just lost all the money on that whole job. So listen, offer solutions, and then try to, apologize. I forgot to mention that. Listen, apologize, tell them you're sorry that they're in this position, and then find a way to fix it. We've got a lot of time for people that are reasonable and can express what they're thinking and what they want. It's hard to deal with people that are irrational and just want to yell at you. We don't have time for that. If someone swears at the employees, they don't get any respect, they don't get any time. But if they're rational...
Nobody swears at the employees but me.
Jason can swear at the employees.
I think one of the big things is like turning an upset customer into a repeat customer and a happy customer. Someone that turns around and like they're gonna trust you, they're gonna bring back a second vehicle, and just making them reassured that like, hey, we're gonna take care of you no matter what it takes. And
We get that a lot, right? Just
Yeah.
stepping up and admitting
There's something that happened that was wrong. The car wasn't finished properly. Hey, I recognize that. We're going to fix that for you. We're going to give you something else. That makes a lot of repeat customers. I think most businesses are good when they, if you go to Home Depot and you find the product you're looking for and you don't wait in line and you check out and the person checking you out was nice, that was a good experience. And that's pretty much what everyone should expect. When something goes wrong at Home Depot and they handle it great and they step up and they fix your problem and they give you free shipping or whatever it might be, that's what separates the good businesses from the great businesses. So when something goes wrong, that's really your opportunity to shine. So getting a caring customer isn't good. Taking care of that properly is great. One of the ways you can avoid getting caring customers is making sure you get rid of them early.
Oh, sorry, I was doing away a fly.
one of the things that people are asking
Manage
were asking
expectations.
earlier- one of the things that people were asking earlier is like, what's the best investment you made into your shop? I think a $150 GoPro camera is one of the greatest things that we've ever invested into.
That might be number one.
To doing a GoPro video walk around to the vehicle, getting the mileage on the car, checking for damage and stuff, because we get a lot of cars that come in and they're already dirty, and you don't see stuff until after they're clean, and people get their cars back already clean. And it's like, hey, this was already here, you just didn't see it. I think that's saved us so much money in being like, let's go back, check the footage.
Nobody assumes a new car is perfect from the factory.
They are, Greg.
They're perfect.
Watch the Tesla and Bentley video and tell me that.
Do you believe in moving to where the money is, or bringing the money to you no matter the location?
Move where the money is.
Move where the money is.
Yeah,
Targeted the
target.
locations that we opened. Frankly, I think people with money, they don't want to travel very far.
They will,
They're
but
also-
it's much easier if you're in their neighborhood.
They'd rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're the ones, people ask us, do you work on regular cars too? And the funny thing is, it's not that we exclude regular cars, it's just people that have really nice cars, have money, and are quite willing to spend it on nice cars, making them beautiful. So it's not that we don't want to work on, or we're trying to work on any particular type of car, but yeah, putting your shop in a location where the money is, that's probably the easiest way to success.
I've seen people spend ridiculous amounts on Hondas. It's just like, it's about how much you care about your car.
Absolutely. Passion's what drives the business.
You're a car enthusiast, you want the best for your car. But also, I mean, like, when I started, I know we were talking about, you guys were looking for a new location and moving from Glen Ellen to somewhere else. And that was like a 3-year process until we found the right spot that met what you guys were looking for and just doing it right. I think you said 355 and 88.
Where here we are?
Right here.
Cars that are a nightmare to PPF.
Cars that are a nightmare. Every one of them.
All
of them.
Viper,
Yeah.
Macans,
All of them, honestly. Yeah.
Jaguar F-types.
I mean, Teslas.
Teslas are cake.
The first one was the hardest thing.
Yeah.
But we get a plethora of Teslas. We get like,
So you know.
so yeah, they become routine.
Range Rover SVR,
Range Rover, if I was to like pick 5, I'd pick Range Rover SVR.
new Audi hoods.
Yeah, the newer Audi hoods, Porsche Macans, almost any Ferrari, really. Just because you're going to take that time to make it look just perfect. And then let's put in a Volkswagen Beetle, just because it's so round.
We get a lot of Beetles in.
Just any car, honestly. Any car to PPF.
It's not easy.
No, not at all.
Have you ever thought about building mobile detailing trailers to sell them?
Oh,
I don't know if anybody can hear you. If anybody can hear you asking the questions, but have we ever thought about building mobile detailing trailers? And yeah, I've thought of it, and that's why we thought about. Well, that's why we were discussing a few months ago. Do we do mobile detailing?
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the reasons that I brought. Like, I would love to do a series on building a mobile trailer, and that's why we talked earlier about having an inflatable, portable garage set up and everything. So.
We were talking about mobile detailing. Like there's I forgot the name of the company that had like pre-made skids that go in the back of like your van or whatever, and it's already set up. It's got your water container, your pressure washer. It's already good to go. I mean, that wouldn't be too far put off from Car Supply's warehouse if it got bigger, to just kind of have like a welded out frame, and then you just mount your wash bucket and your water dispenser and everything to it.
Ever asked the question if you want to come on and lead that charge?
It's a whole department of Car Supply's warehouse.
Don't they have like that TV show where they're building out vans? They build out these like Mercedes Sprinter vans, and they just like put, they put like it's like your house, like people live in there.
That'd be cool.
It's got me thinking.
Sam, that's what we should do for the project car. The ultimate detail mobile project car, like a Pimp My Ride Sprinter van for detailing.
But then we'd have to start doing mobile detailing.
No, it'd just be for you and Greg to use at your own house.
Somebody said the master of PPF is in there. Will you guys offer advanced training for PPF in the future?
Will we offer advanced training for PPF in the future?
we'd like to, but it's a very difficult thing to get into. Realistically, I'd like to do a big scale project with that, but it'd just be extremely hard to do. I think moving forward we might do like a one-on-one type thing, or maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 students at a time. But moving forward with that is going to take a while. So
You stay very busy finding time for you.
finding time to do something like that is also very hard. We're very busy with PPF every day.
We have an internship program.
That'd be cool.
Be cool.
Who knows? But yeah, it's in the works. Hopefully we get it rolling sooner than later.
I think the problem with that is that we generally assume that it takes about a year to get a guy from not knowing anything about PPF to being able to do a car on his own to our standards. So that's a long internship.
Rob, it took him about a year, I'd say. So Rob's our main guy at our other location. So we have 2 locations, Lombard and Glenview. And Rob, I trained him, and now he's running the Glenview location. And it took him roughly around a year to get to where I think he's great. He's just a great installer. And then hopefully within the next year, he becomes a master installer. And it just takes a long time, honestly. PPF is no joke.
Matt from Tint Stuff says, "Hey guys, just want to say congratulations. Thank you, Matt. We love you. We miss you. We miss you."
Somebody said, what's the rarest car you've ever worked on? Thanks for the awesome job on my Stinger, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Nice. The rarest car we ever worked on?
Enzo?
Enzo's
500 of those?
The Enzo.
Enzo's pretty rare.
What about this silly thing?
No, those are pretty common. Like,
What?
The Green Viper, that's technically a 1-to-1.
AMG Black Edition.
GTR?
It was, I think it was a GTR. It was the one with the gold wing doors before the GT.
SLR.
SLR Black Edition. That was a rare thing.
Yeah.
You know, how about Jowett Jupiter? We had one of those in Glenview. Who ever heard of a Jowett Jupiter? I like cars a lot. I've never heard of a Jowett Jupiter. We had one of those in our shop. So sometimes some of the old cars are really, really rare. They're not rare, but a 911 GT3 is one of my favorite cars to see in the shop.
I mean, the Demon's kind of rare too. There's only so many
Dodge
of those.
Demon. Oh, they make how many of those?
I don't even remember. It's pretty limited on those
Yeah.
too. I mean, they stopped making them too.
We saw a lot of those for the few that are out there.
Any reasons you would refuse to work on a car?
Justin.
Unreasonable expectations.
Yeah.
If a car comes with instructions, it's generally a
The guy's got to tell you, all right, if you're going to open the door, you got to open it like this. And don't wear shoes unless they're rubber bottom shoes. If you want to open the hood, you got to. That's one reason cars that are really old, that have been held together with glue and duct tape, if you touch anything, you'll break it. That's a good reason not to work on a car.
Bodily fluids. If you don't want to touch it, more than likely my guys don't want to touch it, and I don't want to be the one to hand them the keys to your car.
There's no money in cleaning up vomit out of cars. That you might get a job and help someone out, but frankly, unless it's a guy you know, if an existing customer comes into the shop and says, my dog puked in the car, can you clean it out? I will happily do it. I got to pay that guy extra, and I don't like doing it. If it's a customer I've never seen before, they're not a customer and they're not coming back. They're coming to us because their dog puked in the car. So yeah, we don't want to work on cars like that. We send them somewhere else.
I had someone ask us if we detailed baby seats. Baby seats.
I detail a baby.
Well, it was like they wanted to detail on the interior of the car, but then it was like the baby had peed in the car or peed in the baby seat, and it was like, can you guys do like a little extra on that? And it's like,
I had a guy question us once. It was the same. It was an existing customer. His kid threw up in the car after going to the amusement park, and I said okay, and I told him the price, and he balked at the price.
and it's like, well, do you want to detail it?
That's literally what I said to him. Do you want to clean it up? No? Then you'll pay this price. And he did. Yeah, I can't think of any other reasons why we wouldn't detail. I think if there's, we turn work away if there are better ways to do it. We've had people ask us if we could vinyl wrap something, and we'll send them away if we just to say, look, it's less expensive, or it'll look a lot better if you take it to a body shop and have them paint that instead of vinyl wrapping it. Emblems, yeah, it's impossible to vinyl wrap an emblem.
How did you guys find or hire your first employee?
How did we find our first? Who was our first employee?
Jason?
Me?
That doesn't count. Our first employee is no longer with us. Jason brought a couple of guys.
But he still visits us.
Ooh, Santa.
Vitali.
Oh, Vitali, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is a guy that Jason knew from a previous job. When we expanded to Glenview, our second shop, we hired several guys that didn't last. The trick to finding your first employee is to finding someone who's passionate, and don't settle. You don't want a guy who is a pair of hands. You want someone who wants to work with you and be your partner, someone who's already passionate about it. Do not hire talent, because you can find a guy who knows everything about detailing and you're going to hire him and he probably has a bad attitude or won't work out well. Hire guys for potential, hire guys for passion and attitude. You can teach them everything else.
We had a question earlier, and it was about the vlogs and whether the vlogs are coming back or not. I think one of the biggest things that we talked about with doing the vlogs, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of footage because we're recording all day long, and we have to put mics on 5 different people. And I feel like the vlogs were all over the place. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on what you thought of the vlogs. I mean, I love doing them, but I feel like I get you know, out of the feature videos that we do from like a start to a finish, you get to see the start of the car, you get to talk about the car a little bit, you get to see what's going on, and then you get to see that car finished in that one video. Where the vlogs, it's hardly, we hardly get a car done in a day. So you might see the start of that car, you might see a little bit of it, but you're not going to see that car finished in that episode. And I just feel like it was kind of, you know, just disconjointed. It was all over the place, and I didn't feel like it. So I'd love to bring the vlogs back. Maybe we do it for a couple days. But
It's difficult to film constantly for 5 days.
Plus, everybody's schedule is a little bit different. You got cars going home at unsuspected times and stuff like that, when it's convenient for the customer to come and pick it up. But, you know, Jason might not be here to talk with the customer, or the video guys might not be here to actually record it. And it's like, well, he's got to come pick his car up today.
we were going to do vlogs, I think it was last week, and it was like we sat down and discussed it. Okay, how are we going to do it? And then we just decided no. I'm like, I don't want to go back into it, and so we might do a couple days. Hi, Greg. It's Connor. I come to your house sometimes.
Connor!
I'm scared.
Hi, buddy.
Who's Connor?
Why are you watching this?
Matt chimed in. The feature videos are better, and you guys really found a nice way. Of telling a story. Yes, that's exactly it. I love telling that story, and I think you can tell that story better when you have the whole thing there. You know, and you're not stopping it, and you have that ending point. So yeah, that's what I really like doing, is the kind of feature videos.
The nice thing with the vlogs, though, is they kind of built up like a little bit of anticipation. You know, people are like waiting for the next video to come out to see how everything finished out on it.
Yeah, people are saying they like the story of one car better than the vlog.
Yeah.
Makes more fun.
Good. Thanks for that validation. Do you guys have a high employee turnover rate? We used to, not so much anymore. That's probably because I'm not working in the shop as much.
I think it's a lot of looking for the right people and developing a career, not just a job.
It's funny because it's true.
It's been a long time since we lost a guy that we didn't want to lose. We'll have a few people turn over. In the prep area is where most guys start, and a lot of guys don't cut it, and we're happy to let them go. Once guys get into the detail shop, once they get in to some of the other skilled, like the film areas, they tend to stick around. I think partially because we treat them well, we pay them well, and they have enough control over their outcome to feel good that they have some impact on what's going on.
Prep is kind of like hell week for the military.
Prep is like that.
When was the last time Jason was fully shaved?
Oh, dude, I've never seen you fully shaved.
Of it. Let me
I've seen pictures of it, and it's true baby face.
Fully shaved. I think I probably fully shaved. I wasn't fully shaved for my wedding, which was 2010, 8 years ago. What are we in? 10 years ago. Hope my wife knows. Isn't that what?
It only feels like
it was probably 10 years ago. I mean, I had a goatee for a long time, and then I've always had kind of just scruff.
At 200,000 subscribers, we'll shave Jason's beard.
That's a deal. That's a deal.
50,000.
I'll do it.
No, at 200.
250.
subscribers if you shave the
250 subscribers. We'll shave it off on the vlog.
It'll grow back.
We'll shave it off on the vlog at 250K subscribers. It's gone. I'll do it personally.
I think that's a fair bet. Every guy in the shop gets to take just like a little chunk out of the beard.
Hey, here's a good question. Have you ever had to fire someone, and why?
Oh yeah.
I fired E-Man.
I got fired.
So E-Man when he was younger had a hard time showing up to work, and he got fired.
Anybody who's new E-Man, what, 5-6 years ago?
Whew, that boy was wild. That dude was crazy.
It's like we found an inner peace.
Like,
What changed?
Changed you. It wasn't us.
No, yeah, when I got fired.
Oh.
Yeah, when I got fired, and I left this place, and then I was just at home not doing anything, and it made me realize how good this was, and then I was like, I gotta change my life. Like, I gotta do something good, and then this is what realistically changed that.
Wow.
And when I saw one of my friends get stabbed, That was crazy.
Okay, that's wild.
That was intense. But yeah, primarily this. This is what changed.
I enjoyed firing one guy. Firing stinks.
Oh,
I'm sure I can imagine which the one guy was.
The one guy I enjoyed firing, no,
No.
I didn't fire you. I don't like firing guys. There was one guy who, he kept walking around, he had a tool belt on, he kept walking around cars and damaging them. Like he was just not paying attention. And he kept scratching cars. And I'm talking to the guy and I'm like, this car has a scratch right here, and he's wearing a tool belt with tools right there, and he's like, that wasn't me. How could it not be you, man? And after he did it 3 times, I was like, I want to fire this guy.
Yeah, he has a window tinter. So yeah, that's why he had a tool belt on. Don't usually detail cars with tool belts.
How are you liking McGuire's surface prep so far?
Surface prep's awesome. You know, so we used alcohol for a long time, and until everybody told us that alcohol doesn't work very well to remove coatings. Yeah, McGuire's surface prep has worked awesome. I do like it because we're always trying to find a good value on products, and it is a little cheaper than most of like the ceramic coating to remove polishes and oils and everything. So yeah, it's fantastic. It's almost like alcohol where it just evaporates right away. It doesn't leave any streaks or anything like that. So that's our go-to here.
okay, then what?
Indeed.
All right, it's been an hour and a half. I think we can,
Really?
end this thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
You want to keep on going?
To everyone.
That's it?
You were the one that said, is it going to be 30 minutes, 20 minutes?
I got stuff to do.
No, this is good. Hopefully the audio was all right. We had some problems in the beginning. Hopefully we figured them out, and we can do some more of this.
The next one will be better.
Yeah, live Q&A questions for you guys. We'd love to hear what, how we can make these better and how we can make it interesting for you. We just want to provide as much value and entertainment for you guys, the viewers. So I said earlier we're going to start a Patreon account, and really that's for detailed business shop owners who are looking to grow and expand or looking to get into the business. I'd love to work. I love teaching, so and this is a kind of a way that we've discovered that we can help reach more people and provide more value for people who are looking to get in the business and who need advice and who want that. But otherwise, I appreciate everybody watching. 100,000 subscribers.
Here, I need a little
I
splash.
did
can
apply
share.
for the 100 the plaque.
Ooh, do you get the silver one or the gold?
The silver one. Apparently, you have to apply for it. I thought they just sent it to you.
Oh, me too, yeah.
No, you got to. It was a lot of work actually. So
Are you getting it?
hopefully, and yeah, it should be.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that'll be coming. Here's to 250,000 subscribers.
Won't be long.
Cheers.
Hopefully, it won't be long. We appreciate everybody. Thank you.
We're shaving the beard at 250.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Just shave everything.
That's
You
weird.
can deal with everything. We'll do the beard. You do everything, Greg.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.